गोपाल मुरलीधर गोलवलकर। गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग.
ओके सर.
काय झालं मोबाईलचं काय?
नंतर सांगतो सर.
यस.
तुमच्या ग्रुपवर टाका सर लिंक सगळ्या
आपल्या
मुलांच्या.
सगळ्या ग्रुपला टाकले. त्यांना सांगितलं जॉईन करा पटपट.
ओके 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 सर. ओके सुरू करू सर आपण.
येस.
सेवक माझा आवाज येतोय? आवाज येतोय माझा?
Yes, ma'am. What is protein? Now all are science graduate. So protein is a block of 20 known and some unknown amino acids. What is digestibility? Low digestibility and high digestibility. If you take vegetable, suppose the dal is a good in protein, we include it in our diet to get a protein. So different dal having 24 to 28% of protein and its digestibility ranges from 57 to 60%. And calcium and phosphorus, they are in a bound form. They are in a bonded form. So it is not easily available. Anyway, the calcium and phosphorus is less in a vegetable diet. And it is also whatever available, its digestibility is very poor. That means availability to the body. If you consider egg, 150-gram egg is having a 6 gram of protein. Suppose 100 gram of eggs, 2 eggs having a 12 gram of protein, and its digestibility means availability to the body is around 90%. Just a minute. Hey Sachin, pani andre. So if you consider chicken having a 23% protein, its digestibility is 88%. If you consider a fish is also having a very good protein. Along with that, omega-3 fatty acids, and fish digestibility is more than 90%. So if you ask me frankly, the best natural food as on date is a fish. And in fish also, aquaculture, there is a lot of domestic demand and as well as export demand. So all these non-vegetarian sources are going to contribute in our humans' protein diet. If we consider to enter into any industry, what we do? We take a data. Availability of data and its, you can say the data analysis, we failed miserably. See, when I started poultry, when I started poultry at that time, its per capita consumption 685 gram in 2000, in the year of 2000, and our population was 100 crore. Now, in 2020, our population is 136 crore, maybe 134 to 136 crore, and our per capita consumption of chicken is of 5 kg. So from 700 gram to 5 kg, it's 10-fold in 20 years. So if you consider the average CAGR, it's around 10 to 12%. And what other sectors? I don't think that any of the, including automobile sector or service sector, has grown 10 to 12% CAGR in last 20 years. So why it is changing? Why the consumption is going up? Why chicken consumption and controversies? You see, when one industry is growing on, controversy is going on. If you are very negligible, no one considers you. But today, poultry in India, almost 101 crore 20 lakh crores industry. 1,20,000 crores industry, which is contributing 1.27% to the GDP. It is giving employment in the rural area. It is a value-added product for our maize and soybean. So why it is growing? So you see the changing food habits. Earlier, chicken was considered as a festival food. Only once in a week or like that we used to consume. Whenever we get some guest to our family, then and then only we used to take some local chicken and we consume it. But now it is a regular diet. The changing, the generation gap. You see, in our families, on Monday we don't eat, Somwar hai, Guruvar hai, Ekadashi hai, Shravan hai, we don't eat earlier. But now my daughters or all the kids, though are in a new generation, you see, they don't have that taboo. And their chicken consumption is going up. Daily new quick service restaurant. Earlier, you see the dishes rate in a chicken. If you go to hotel, earlier there was a much difference in a vegetable and chicken dishes. But now, if you see the vegetable dishes, the chicken prices are competing with them when they serve as a chicken. And KFC, McDonald's, like many people are entering in our country and putting many quick service restaurant as well as local recipes also. On the roadside, many Chinese, you can say, and many new entrant has started and serving the biryanis. You see, biryani become most, I think, famous in India, not only in India, but abroad also. You will find in many restaurants chicken biryani served there, as well as some chicken tikka, most famous dish in England. So consumption is going up because changing food habit, labor income is going up. And when it is a basic need is food, and their income is a disposable type. Earlier, labor didn't get a job for a whole week or whole month or whole year. Now they are getting a good job. Many reasons are there, and they spend more on a food. So what is the per capita consumption of other countries? If we consider India's 5 kg, but if you see Sri Lanka, country like Sri Lanka is consuming 14 kg, Malaysia 44 kg, Japan 48, USA 70 kg, Taiwan 45, Singapore 55. So when these countries consumption per capita consumption is going up and they are 10 times more than us, we have to think that, you see, why there is an opportunity or what is the strength of India is a population. We are a people, world's 18% of people are living in India. And world's only 4% of land we are having. The country having only 4% of world's land, having more than 18% of world's population, and it's growing country. So how people are changing their food habits? Earlier, we consider food as a food, chapati, roti. We have more fries. But now, you see, people are more health conscious. They need a good protein. What is our problem? In Indian, basically, we are, you can say, museum or capital of diabetic. We are a capital of obesity. More and more Indians, what our forefathers look like, do we look like them? We don't look like them because we consume more fried things. We consume more wheat, which is a gluten, and we consume more sugar as well as milk. Milk is having a 50 different growth hormones. We didn't allow us to reduce our weight. I am not against the milk consumption, but whatever the scientific papers are there, that I am telling you, you see the now lactose intolerance. If you ask many nutritionists, human nutritionists, they will clearly say you that these are the 4 things that we have to avoid. One is the rice, another is the wheat, another is the oil, sugar, like these foods. That is the reason that we are consuming more energy and less protein, and we are getting fat, our bellies, and our health problems. But those who are having awareness about the fitness, awareness about the nutrition, they are now going for the consumption of eggs and chicken. If you see during the corona, we had many controversies that chicken has been connected with the corona in last January, 1 year back. And people stopped eating chicken and we have a stock, almost 1 month stock has been piled up in our farms. And when we freed up the chicken at the free of cost, 1 rupee, 2 rupee kg, and many persons, okay, free chicken. So there was a consumption. No one has thrown the chicken on the gutter or on the roadside. All the chicken get consumed. The people, those who could not afford the chicken, they entered in a chicken consumption. The poor people started eating, and when then middle class people like us and the high class, then they thought, okay, this person is eating daily and he doesn't have any problem. It's a good food. So they also started eating. And from 1 rupee, 45 days, 50 days, March, it was a free. And in May, it was 150 rupees per kg. You see, people's memory is very short. When they find something in a news, on a WhatsApp, on a rumors, they immediately stop eating. And when they find during Corona, all these hospitals, especially government hospitals, were offering eggs for the COVID patient, and they find that those who have been given eggs and chicken soup, their recovery during the Corona is very fast. And that might be the reason that immediately chicken consumption has gone up during April, May, June, July, till last December. Chicken consumption was good. Chicken prices were above cost of production. In my last 20 years, I never saw when the prices start moving up during May 10th or 12th till 10th of January, it was more than the cost of production. Why we lost, whatever we lost earlier, we recovered within that period. So as per as you ask my organization, we are 250 crores doing sale every year, that is turnover is 250 crore. But during that Corona and lockdown period, from January, February to May, we lost around 34 crore. And we recovered that from May to December. None of the industry in India, including most attractive industries like airlines and hotel industries, they have not recovered. But chicken, when ball touches to bottom, there is no option but to bounce it. And when it bounces back, you should be there to take that opportunity. So, what is future? Now it is a 5 kg. Our problem is that we don't have a data and data analysis system in agriculture. And we depend solely on government or universities. When it is our business, we should gather data, we should analyze it, and we should take benefit of it. We should not depend on the government mechanisms. What other industries are doing? See the car industry, any other engineering industry, when they want to enter into it, first what they do, they collect a lot of data, they analyze a lot of data for years and years, and they enter into it. They do the SWOT analysis of industry. In our agriculture, the major problem is that my father was doing agriculture, so I want to do agriculture. In fact, none of the agriculture graduates want to do agriculture, and everybody tries to get out of this venture. They want to have a job or like that. And none of the person is by choice coming in agriculture, but for me, I am coming by choice in agriculture. So in 2025, after 5 years, I am expecting the growth rate of chicken consumption almost 8 to 10%, and it will be around 7.5 kg. And by 2030, it will be around 10 to 12 kg. So population is also going up. People are, chicken is affordable. If you compare to with other proteins, chicken is the affordable protein in our country. Another competitor in our food segment, in a non-vegetarian section, is beef. Being a Hindu country, we are not consuming beef, as well as it is not allowed to slaughter also. It is illegal in India. Then pork, we don't eat pork because there is some controversy. And in a duck also, that is not popular. And in a goat meat, we find some some examples or some of the ventures who started the goat farming. But in last 20 years, before starting poultry, I was studying on goat also. But if we consider what is the cost of production of our commodity, when goat consumes more than 48 kg of grass or food, it converts into 1 kg. About the chicken, it is earlier, it was when I started, it was a 2 kg, and now it is a 1.5 to 1.6 kg of feed. There is a lot of advancement. There is a lot of research done in the part of nutrition, more digestible nutrition, pelleted feed. We are offering to the chicken, more amino acids that we are putting in the chicken feed, as well as processing technology. Means nutrition and feed technology, both are the two different things, and they contributed, as well as most important is the genetic. In 1957, when broiler used to get 80 days to get weight of 1.2 kg. Now 1.2 kg we are achieving in 25 days, and 34 days broiler chicken we are achieving the weight of at 32 to 34 days. So 2 kg in 34 days by consuming. So one is a reduction in a cycle time. Production cycle time has been reduced. Another is the feed consumption. Chicken is produced by getting a less feed consumed. So genetic is a major this thing. When I started in 2000, at that time there were 13 genetic companies in the world. So in agriculture, if you see the seed companies, there should be some hundreds or like that. No, in last 20 years, it should cross 1000. But what happened? Because those who are consistent in putting money, passionate, dedicated in research, these people are gone ahead. So there is only 2 companies as on date worldwide before last year. And now only 2 companies, both are US companies. One's name is Aviagene. You can go on their site. Another is a Cobb Ventras, and both are US companies. So whatever broiler chicken you are consuming, its genetic we are getting from this Aviagene and Cobb Ventras. So I have also started, but I will come to that point later on. We will talk about industry now. When about strength of the industry, its consumption is going up. Consumption is going up, and our population size, world is eyeing on our, you can say that bellies. They are also thinking that what we can feed to these people and how we can earn money. So our weakness is, poultry industry's weakness is unorganized producers. Whenever you are unorganized, you are getting exploited. So we are trying to work on it. We have our data, we have our associations. I think in agriculture production, none of the sector is deciding their price except poultry. Our rates, traders are not deciding our rate. Rate is decided by the demand and supply. And demand is decided by the utility of commodity. When utility of commodity is more, I think demand will go up for that commodity. And when exploitation is done by the, you can say that the people, those who are from farm to fork. But we are controlling to some point where we have a data, we have offices. All the states having their own office, their own association. Maharashtra having a poultry breeders welfare association, Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, every state having their own association, and collectively we analyze the data. We have one pan-India coordination committee, and whatever daily prices that we are telling to the market, these are the prices of chicken. As per as the demand and supply ratio, we fix the price, And that is the benchmarking prices is the major success in poultry industry's growth. So again, the data, poultry is a value added product of maize and soya and non-food rice. Whenever there is excess of wheat, poultry consumed it last year. You see the wheat prices were less than the maize prices. 2 years back, maize prices gone up to 25 rupees and wheat prices were available at 16 to 17 rupees and it was excess. See, we are in the era of excess food. In agriculture, we are in the era of excess. We have a rice to feed the country for next 3 years. We have a wheat in a stock to feed the country for next 2 years. Still production every year is going up. So production is not a challenge, and that is the reason that we are not getting what the cost of production. See, in maize, MSP may be 1,800 or 1,865 or like that. But today maize is available, or maize what we are getting now from the farmers, from the traders, is at the rate of 1.3 rupees. That means 10 rupees, 13 rupees 60 paisa. Means when it is MSP is 18 rupees and it is available at 13 rupees. So only demand supply drives the market prices and not a MSP. That we need to understand. It is the market dynamics is going to play a role in future, and it's played role in the past also. So whatever the time you expect from the government, you buy it at a MSP, but to regulate the market, it is none of, I think, the crop size and this, it is none of their business also. And you see, it is whenever government enters in any such kind of things, they spoil the cake. What is the opportunity? I discuss about the strength of the industry. I discuss about the weaknesses. What is the opportunity? We have a raw material. We have a manpower at less price. And we can export eggs and hatching eggs, chicken. But our policies in the past, in our country, past and as on date also. Yesterday I was just reading, I analyzed the budget. The industry which is providing employment in a rural area, the industry which is doing value addition of maize and soya, agriculture produce, and whatever money goes in the industry is going to the rural, it is contributing to the rural economy. And that industry has not been single word in a budget. There is no provision, there is no any policies. So government policies, I become that whatever chicken and blood, all these governments are, I think, having some, it is a food. But the governments, we are not on the government's, I think, priority sector. And when we are contributing in the rural area, rural economy, you see, the poultry farming has contributed a lot when it is a 1,20,000 crores industries and contributing 1.27% to the GDP. Our policies for export, small countries like, you see, small country like Vietnam. Earlier, we used to get basa fish from Vietnam. From Thailand, many countries, Thailand export the chicken. And when there were some bird flu or like that, see, it is the totally game plan what I consider. Bird flu, regarding bird flu, the weakness and the otherwise threat, you can say. In 2006, first bird flu outbreak we declared in Nawapur. And they culled the birds. Whatever healthy birds also they culled in the periphery of 10 kilometers at that time. And again 90 kilometers they cordon off. And now also they are, whenever you get some crow, dead crow, they send it to the lab and they say, oh, it died due to the bird flu. And immediately chicken consumption going down. And they cull the birds, whatever birds are there, whether they are healthy or not, or healthy birds or whether diseased birds, all birds they want to cull. But I don't think that the government policies are supportive to this thing. We are doing the national waste at one point, and many people have their own interest. The government machinery is having their interest. In that case, what I feel, you cannot control the crows. Who spread the bird flu? Who is found positive? Why the chicken? Why the chicken culled out every time? So there might be big game plan that USA want to enter in our country with the chicken legs. How they can enter in our country? Because USA, the maize productivity, you see maize productivity in US is very good. It is a 10 metric ton per hectare. What is Indian productivity? Indian productivity is 3 metric ton, 2.8 metric ton, very precisely, 2.8 metric tons per hectare. So that is India's listing. Sachin, then why their productivity is high? Because of genetic. We are happy with hybrid and we are saying that our productivity is good. But if you compete, whatever maize produced worldwide, out of that, 87% is produced is a GM crop. And whatever this 13%, we are also falling into it. Why we are not allowing GM crop? Where our government says that, no, we don't want genetically modified seeds in our diet, in our diet, because it will spoil our food chain. Then, but I will tell you, when it is, madam? Sade? Oh, very long. So, when GM, already GM is in our food, whatever the cattle feed we are getting is a cotton seed cake, and cotton is a BT cotton that we are using. Whatever oil we are importing for food, human consumption is a GM oil. Then what is the fun in restricting the GM maize only? So USA's maize is cheaper because of their cost of production is low. Their productivity is 3 times more in a maize, in a soya, and they want to export their value-added product, that is the chicken leg, in our country. Since last 15 years, they are trying, and earlier government put ban, put 200% duty. Now they again fight into WTO, and WTO they restricted it. WTO, our appeal has been disqualified, and they say no, there is no such thing that GM and non-GM. You cannot restrict the chicken which is coming from the US. You have to open your gates. You cannot put more duties on that. So we lost the case in WTO. So it is an easy way to enter. So a lot of controversies are going on the name of bird flu. When we find in 2006, there is one bird flu outbreak in Nawapur. In last 15 years, there is not a single death in our country due to bird flu. Not a single human death due to bird flu in our country. And why it is too much havoc is created in the media, in a social media. It is the conspiracy. It is a systemic game plan for this industry because they want to enter their chicken. Why media is threatening us? How media? They have been paid. We can prove it. But we don't have that much time. We don't have to go into legality because we are a farmer. And see, people's memory, people just say, okay, bird flu is there, they are not eating, and again they start eating. And when they start eating, prices is skyrocketing. And when they don't eat, prices goes down. So we have to do the scientific analysis. Our universities should also do the scientific analysis. What is harm of GM and what is not? When 87% of the world is producing GM crop and you are not producing and you are not competitive in the world market. In Thailand also they tried on them. Thailand, what they did? In our country, 97% is chicken is getting sold as a live chicken. And only 3% is get processed chicken. And that also, because of our high cost of production of chicken production, we are not able to compete with Thailand. We are not able to compete with Brazil and USA. This chicken, they can supply their chicken at our doorstep at our cost of production. Because in US, they are consuming only breast part. They say it's a tender chicken. And leg, they say it is a byproduct, and they have a stock piled up of last 6 months or 1 year in their warehouses, cold storages, and they are supplying that legs in our country. Some guests are coming to our home. We say, no, that guest should get a chicken leg. That is honor. But in US, they are consuming a breast, and they are not, it is a byproduct. Producer is getting from the breast their custom production or their value, and chicken leg is a byproduct for them. And they want to export that byproduct to our countries at very subsidized rate. So they want to spoil the industry. So we should have a policies, we should have enough competitive edge in a cost of production, in an export. When they tried on Thailand, what Thailand did? Thailand used their own policies. Thailand changed their processing plants on line. In WHO, it is said that 70 degrees Celsius, in a 70 degree, 7 seconds, chicken, bird flu virus or any virus in a food gets destroyed. So we cook chicken at 100 degree, and in a processing plant, Thailand put one extra line, added one equipment where the chicken is getting passed through that, processed chicken is getting passed through that by 70 degrees Celsius for 10 seconds. So they are in the world market, they are in export, they are exporting to Europe as well as US and Brazil. Brazil is exporting worldwide. See, Brazil and Argentina's government policies are to support their corn and soya, considering chicken as a value-added product of corn and soya of agriculture produce. So, opportunity, we have a raw material, we have a manpower, we can export the eggs, hatching eggs. In a hatching egg, you will surprise the egg supply from the Europe to the Oman or in the Gulf countries. We are getting almost 20% premium than the European eggs, hatching eggs. Because our production system, we are putting our birds in a cages. We are very efficient in a day-old chick production worldwide. Because of our, we are putting our breeder birds on a cages. So someone goes in a court and putting a lawsuit that it is the inhuman treatment to the chicken, and restrict the, and some court of this thing, Uttarakhand, has given cage ban order also last year, and we are also fighting with that. So we can't see, Europeans are putting their birds on a deep litter on a floor, and they are getting very dirty eggs. And we are doing artificial insemination in a broiler breeder, and our hatchability is almost more than 85% average, and it crosses 87 to 90% for the hatching egg export, whatever eggs we export for that. So when we are getting 20% of the premium in hatching eggs, so someone goes, who is instigating the people, mostly through the NGOs, to stop rearing chicken in a cages, in a breeder chicken or layer chicken. It is because of the inhuman treatments. Where is the media? See, none of the person died in last 15 years due to bird flu, but media create a havoc. Daily, in a local, Mumbai local only, 7% are getting died because there are no doors for the locals. And much more people than that are getting injured only due to falling from the train. Media doesn't see it. But what media see? Media see that a chicken and bird flu. Why? Why they are spending such a prestigious, their valuable time on such things? Because as an advertisement, they are earning a huge. So I think it is enough to talk on that line. Utilization of manpower. We say our population is our weakness, but no, it is our opportunity, it is our asset. When we are getting manpower available in the rural area, 300 to 400 rupees per day. In the US, we are getting manpower at 7,000 rupees minimum. So minimum wages for in US is $11 to $12 per hour. And all the food we have to provide to the worker. So we can compete when our manpower is skilled, and when our manpower is available at very reasonable cost compared to other developed countries. So we have to capitalize on that. And only 3% is processed chicken. So I think it is there is a big opportunity. We have to change the mindset of the consumer that is hygienic. And after COVID, we feel that instead of roadside butchering, those people who put the good hygienic shops, people are going there and they are spending 10, 20 rupees more in a hygienic shop. In future, I think they will opt for the processed chicken or value added product like nuggets and other things. So we have to convert the roadside shops into this thing, more hygienic chicken. Our countries, we don't have a regulations. We have a regulations like many small things. But when we are doing a butchering at the roadside, no one stops them. And what a hygienic kind of chicken that we are eating, I think there should be some regulations in our supply food chain. So what is the threat? Is the bird flu, then corona, people stop eating, and everyone cannot handle the stress. Everyone not get the support from the bank, from the supplier, and their credibility matters in that time. Those who are credible in the industry, those who are doing consistently work, those who are consistent, they plays important role. Consistency in our any production in agri sector plays an important role. So our demand, our strength is our demand, utility of commodity. There is a growth in the demand, so that is our strength. Our population is our strength. Our consumer is our strength, and whole world is look at us. Weakness is unorganized producers. We are working on it, and any unorganized producer is getting exploited. You see today the onion farmer, they are unorganized. So they are getting exploited. Maize farmer, any farmer, unless the person who is getting 3 lakh rupees salary as a pilot, having association. In a bank employees having association, government employees having association. And they are the 6th Vetan Ayog, 8th, 7th Vetan Ayog, and they are getting benefit out of that. Unless we organize in a production sector and in agriculture, we are not going to get, and our exploitation will be continued in that sector. See, what opportunity we look into it in a poultry is a value addition by processing, and threat is a WTO, the GATT, and the USA enters in India. And if we welcome them by weakening our industry, it is going to be a threat. So our policy makers, I don't know, we are putting our case before them, but whenever we go and approach, mostly chicken considered to be a non-considerable part, a non-considerable people. In last budget also there is nothing, there is no poultry speak. And why? When USA is competing, they want to send their byproduct. Due to corn is their good productivity and less cost of production. They have a huge land. They have a world's 4% population only, and they have 20% of the land in US. So definitely in future, in agriculture production system, countries like Africa having a huge land, huge agriculture resources. Many of our people are working in Canada in agri sector, and they are doing farming of 1,000 acres, 2,000, 5,000 hectares. It is free, and they are economically producing, and they are exporting to many countries. So those who want to get into production system, instead of India, you can opt for Africa, you can opt for US, get into production system, produce a good product in agriculture, and export worldwide. So we have to capitalize on our strength. We have to find solutions on our weaknesses. We have to convert our weakness into our strength and opportunities. We have to capture the opportunities. Don't wait for when you find some good opportunity. When you find the opportunity, don't wait. Kick that beach and enter into it. And if you are lost, if you lost an opportunity, I think you are not in the competition. So we can think on the export of the manpower and the services and the knowledge of poultry to many countries. Many countries are now growing up, and we have to do that. They need some manpower. They need many of our people, those who work under my organization as a supervisor, as a line supervisor, 10, 12 failed people. They don't have any qualification, and they work in my farm as a labor. then they become a supervisor, and they find that there is some opportunity, and now they are working in Dubai, some are working in Kenya, some are working in Tanzania as a farm in charge, and very good amount of salary they are getting. They are getting almost 80,000 lakh rupees. I used to pay them some 12,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees salary 4 years back, and they are now getting, if they would continue here, they may get some 20,000 maximum, but now they are getting 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees. So that is also one service sector that we have to look into it. So about the AV broiler, what I will share about my story as an entrepreneur, I talk about the chicken. And what is the chicken about, before I forget it, what is our nutritional requirement? Our nutrition requirement is 1 gram of protein per kg body weight per day. If I am a 80 kg weight, I should consume 80 gram of protein. What happens? We are consuming less protein, and I am consuming, I require suppose 1,500 to 2,000 kilocalories. When we are not moving and we are not running our so calories, and we are getting only half of the protein what we require, and that is the reason we are getting belly. So we have to bring the awareness in a consumer that 1 gram protein per kg of body weight that we need to consume for staying fit. That is one thing. About when I started, I will share about my story of entrepreneurship. When I started, after my graduation, I started my farming, and I was, I think, biggest farmer in my tehsil for onion. I was having a 37 acre of onion on my ancestral land, and I took some land on lease also, my neighbors. And it was a very good productivity. As far as productivity is concerned, it was good. But when I faced the market, my initial tractor priced at 18 rupees, 16 rupees, and after sending some 12 or 15 tractors, whatever remaining 8 rupees, 7 rupees, 5 rupees. And then it was not affordable to bring it, for the marketing expenses also was not getting out of that produce. So I just asked my villagers, farmers, to enter their cattle in my onion field and let them allow and let them eat it. Again, I was a 3 acres farmer of grape, and I find it is a Chandwad is such a place where it is my ancestral land, where I used to get, at that time also I used to get water from tanker. Now also in the summer, last 2 years back, whole year we fed our birds, given the water drinking water for our people as well as our birds through tanker water only. We used to buy tanker water from outside. Now we got connection from the government. We have some now ponds, farm ponds with this tarpaulin, and that water we are utilizing in our agriculture as well as in our poultry. Poultry manure also we are having a biogas. So we are processing our poultry manure into biogas. That gas is used for the generator as well as our boiler for fuel. And whatever the poultry slurry, that slurry coming out of that biogas, we are putting in our agriculture. I have as on that 30 acre of grape garden. I have 14 acre of pomegranate also. And whatever we are not putting any chemical fertilizers, we are putting all these biogas slurry. That is going to be very good fertilizer, but we don't do research in our universities on the local resources, and we just see what is NPK. And in agriculture, I will tell you, agriculture, if you want to improve the situation in agriculture, whatever we are buying now, we are buying everything as a brand. Our people are saying urea. They don't say the 46% protein. I'm not only urea, but all these fertilizers, all these agricultural input market is a branded market. They are doing advertisement on television. When Amitabh Bachchan is there, people say there is no money in agriculture, and our many farmers are doing suicide. But Amitabh Bachchan is doing advertisement for one insecticide. So insecticide is a commodity. So we have to teach our producer, our farmer, the content of the product, not a brand name. And our farmer go to the distributor, and distributor says this is a very library. This is a good product to kill this thing. He doesn't have a knowledge. But whatever more commission he is getting into it, whatever he get on the credit, that substandard material, agriculture input he provide to the producer, farmer. And that is the biggest exploitation what I see in an input. So unless we start buying commodity and selling a brand, we have to sell a brand. See, onion, your onion, my onion, many people's onion is the same price. No difference in that. no brand of any tuar dal or whatever produce we are producing. It is a commodity. The time till you sell the commodity, I appeal to my all, you are all now the postgraduates and graduate people are listening my views. So you start selling brand. See, we are in the era of excess production in agriculture. So you have to work in a farm to fork to reach to the consumer, get your knowledge, teach your consumers what is good, what is not good, whatever vegetables we are eating now, many people are spraying insecticide in the noon and sending that vegetables in the evening to the market. So we have to teach our consumers what is good, what is safe food. We are educated people. We have to bring awareness in our consumers. What is safe? I think Sahyadri Farmer Producer is the one company in a country doing very good job on the safe food concept, on the traceability. They are working on Sahyadri Farmers Initiator. Vilas Vishnu Shinde is your graduate and postgraduate from your university, from MPKV Rahuri. He didn't opt for others like many people who are going for UPSC, MPSC, and whatever job they are getting in a government. He opted from initial in the agriculture, want to make a career. I also opted for the agriculture. Since when I took admission, we are getting admission by providing our 712 extract. And when we become a postgraduate or graduate, we didn't look into agriculture and we choose other field as our career. But there is a lot of competitiveness now. Whatever earlier your people from Rahuri getting selected for the UPSC to the jobs, now jobs are getting cutting everything. You see your MPKV, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith, your whatever posts are vacant, the government is not allowing because it is anyway demand supply as well as whatever you are earning. The institute having 1,000 acres of land are not able to maintain their day-to-day activities. They are teaching and this thing with the income of agriculture produce. When you are not getting, how small farmer, marginal farmer having a 3 to 5 acre land can afford to earn for his bread and butter? So we have to think on that way. See, we are just focused on the productivity. We are just having this mechanization. But you see, the viability in agriculture, that is our job. It is our responsibility. And we are not doing that. We are failing miserably as an agriculture graduate. It is with my deepest this thing, I am telling you, but our contribution should be there in the industry, in agriculture. We should treat agriculture as an industry. We should put whatever the chemicals we are putting or we have to reduce some use of these chemicals, and we have to buy commodity and we have to sell with the poultry in 97 with very few broilers, 2,500 broilers. Today we are producing almost 15 lakh broilers per month. We entered in breeding also. And I find that only 2 companies in the world are having a breed. What is difference in that? Why other companies are failing miserably and why these people are acquired? Most of the poultry genetic companies not failed because in USA dairies. In USA, there is a cutthroat competition. They acquisition and merger. They are paying handsome of money and they acquire the company. Many times they spoil your genetic program and they acquire the company. Many times they take out your people and they acquire the company. They make you first weak and then they get it. In chicken also, no, the chicken legs also, I am seeing that conspiracy. So only 2 companies in a world are doing the genetic of world's, not only India, world's genetic research. Only 2 companies, not any institute, not any government institute, not any, they buy whatever the government research scientists are there, they are just buying them and they say, okay, keep quiet and don't do anything. And whatever I see, I say, okay. I started getting the genetic book, and I find out that whatever the poultry genetic is done, they are copied the program of maize, that is double hybrid, means 4-way crosses. Whatever we are doing in the maize breeding, it is tall, and dwarf, and that process is getting 3 tall and 1 dwarf, like that. So getting better for the next generation and getting hybrid vigor. And I did on some birds, 500 birds. I did in 2015, 16, then 5,000 birds, then 50,000 birds. And I developed my own pure lines. So now I am become the world's 3rd company in a pure line breeding. And whatever I am producing now 15,000 parents per week. 15,000 to 20,000 per week. That we are producing now. Minimum 15,000 we are getting now. And all my production is getting booked till November 2021. Unless you do something innovative and creative, world will not take your cognizance. When they will listen to you, why you called me today? Because I did something extraordinary. And that capability, all you guys are having. But you are not, if you don't utilize that capabilities, I think you are also one of the many officers and getting salaried income, and I don't know what you will get others also. But if you enter in an entrepreneur, if you start your business, poultry, there is a lot of opportunity. You can start a breeding farm, you can start hatching egg export. Hatching egg is associated, you see, whatever hatching egg produce in India, there are many belts, 3-4 belts. One is Bangalore, is the Kolar belt, another is Hyderabad, and these are producing countries. I think 70% of the hatching egg produced in these 2 states, and they are supplying all over India because the production system gets set. These people are having experience in that. And when I started giving my breed 1.5 years back, I think whatever customers they have got, they expanded 100%. The person who got 30,000 batch 1 year back, now he has given me schedule of 60,000 batch. Another person 20,000, he has given me schedule of 40,000 into 3 batches. He is 60,000 into 3 batches. Another one person in Rajguru Nagar, who I used to give 2.5 years back, I supplied him my research product at that time. It was not a final full proof product, and it was 5,000 birds only. Now he is getting 12,500 batch next week. So like that, there is a growth story. There is a growth. And all these hatching egg, they are selling through single window. Every week on a Friday evening, they open the rate of hatching egg, and that rate is followed nationwide. Today's hatching egg rate is 25 rupees. When chicken is also getting sold at very low prices. Today also we are selling at 50 rupees live bird chicken, and our cost of production is 70 rupees. We are making loss of 20 rupees per kg. But hatching egg is a market of total India. It can penetrate into any, you can send your hatching egg through railway to any part of the country, as well as in vehicles also. Now the roads are also good. So you can send our eggs in many places. And that price didn't crash. So the cost of production of hatching egg may be around 16 rupees to 17 rupees. And now the prices are 25 rupees. And people like us, the technical people, the studied people, they don't enter in the entrepreneurship. When many of the people, when I met my farmer who is having the 60,000 into 3 batches, means 1,80,000 breeders, means into 22,000, that is his total turnover, maybe around 200 crore. But that farmer is not able to talk in English. He is the 10th fail person. And when I go there, he talks in only Kannada. I don't know Kannada. When there is buy this thing, there is one another person sales guy who become intermediator, and who also comes to me along with him, that fellow, just to put his words, what you want to talk, like that. So the people who are not educated, doesn't have a degree, are succeeding. And under his organization, he appointed one doctor, and he is giving him 90,000 rupees salary. One senior doctor, he is giving 1,20,000 rupees salary. So what is important? Do you think what is more important? there is attitude, skill, and knowledge. They are the three things that changes the world. Innovation and creativity, that changes the world. You see today's companies, Facebook, Apple, because of the innovation, because of the creativity. What is the data science? So attitude, skill, and knowledge, they came into that sequence only. If you have a knowledge in today's world, knowledge is available on one click. You just Google it, you will find all knowledge. No need to put it in your brain. Knowledge is available. Skill can be developed over a period of time. Skill doesn't require any degree. If you have degree or doctorate, you don't have a skill of running machinery, and you don't have a skill of running vehicles. You see, most of the doctors, they are failing miserably. They drive themselves. They say, I'm a doctor, I'm a human doctor, I can drive it, but they make most of the accidents. So skill can be developed over a period of time. There is no need of any degree for developing the skill. Then attitude, that is more important. If you have a positive attitude, I think that is the most powerful thing in the world. Another is, I told you today, attitude, skill, and knowledge, ASK, and that came into that sequence only. So most important, your attitude, your dedication, and your consistency in a business, your passion. Then another thing I will tell you, E plus R is equal to O. What is outcome you want to achieve in your life? That depends on the event, how you respond to the event, that reflect on your outcome. You want outcome as a money. And if you focus on the money will not flow to you. But whatever E means event, to that event, how you respond to that event will reflect in your outcome. If you do good job, definitely your outcome will be better. So focus on your events and not focus on your outcome. If you focus on event, you will succeed in your life. That is my word to you, boss. Another thing, what I would like to share is feeling good is an element of success. Be positive. Those people who felt good, those who are happy, there are more chances of getting success in their life. Another is, everything can be copied except one thing. Everything can be copied except one thing, and that is enthusiasm in you. Be enthusiastic. That's all I would like to share. Now, is there any question answer? If you can ask some questions, or you can message some questions, is there in the chat box also. I can answer your queries, and I can try to satisfy your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Participants are request to ask their questions through chat box. Sir, there is one question in chat box.
Yes.
Hello.
When you started,
Sir,
I started in 97. You see, difficulty, don't run out of that. See, there is opportunity in every crisis. How look at it? When I told you about the attitude, your attitude, difficulty, don't focus on difficulties, boss. Focus on the event. You will face a lot of difficulty unless आप cycle चलाते हो. Unless you get down, you will not learn how to run the cycle. So in a business also, it is like that only. Many difficulties. Unless you pass the acid test, you cannot mold yourself and you cannot become an entrepreneur. You have to ready for daily challenges. Any challenge comes in your life, you have to treat it as an opportunity and not get away from it. You see, when you get away, you try to get away from it. When you ran, पाठीवरती वार जास्त होतात, लक्षात घ्या. When you ran out of it, there is more chances that you are going to fail it. So what is the benefit, what you are talking? Yes, one question was there. So don't focus on outcome, focus on event.
how to get proper market for our produce?
See, when I started, I found difficulty in getting chicken sale. At that time, it was a credit market. And when I supplied my some remaining birds, no, big Bombay vehicle lift to 2,000 birds, and 300 birds were remaining in the farm. So that I sold to the local person, Gulam Bhai in Chandwad, near 10 kilometers from my place. And when I went there to collect the money after 15 days was credit at that time. When I went there, he said, okay, like me, another 4 people were there standing there to get the money. And I am at that time, I thought I copied his, I just analyzed his business model. And when I analyze his business model, he is working on the negative working capital, you know. He was working on a negative working capital. We are not agriculture graduates. We are not facing any, we don't have any agriculture, I think, accounting, SWOT analysis, whatever this thing, no, we are not exposed during our curriculum. So we should have an accounting subject. We should have a business, I think, in a new thing, it will be there. And when I saw the Gulam Bhai's business model, and I thought, he himself, the 65-year-old person, having 2 wives, having 5 kids, and only one cutting thokla and one koita, and one weighing scale. And I find that when I am a owner of 50-acre land, I am doing plowing, I have a tractor, I work for almost 12 hours in a day. And this person, and I spend year round, I spend every day on electricity, on labor, on inputs. And I harvest once in a year or twice in a year. I get the cash, or I can market my produce once or twice. But Gulam Bhai earning daily. Gulam Bhai doesn't spend, doesn't take loan anything. Gulam Bhai buying chicken on credit. Gulam Bhai selling his chicken on cash. He just sell on a cash. So I think, why should I not enter in that business? And at that time, my many of the relatives were laughing at me. And I could not sleep on that night. When I visited Gulam Bhai, I could not sleep on that night. Immediately, I put one tapri, and I put that tapri near to Gulam Bhai, and I started my chicken marketing. One by one, I started 22 chicken shops from Malegaon to Nasik on the roadside. Wherever I find the place, I go there and I put the tapri. Maybe legal, illegal, that is different matter. Because whenever I find place, I go and put the tapri. And sometimes in Nasik, some municipal people, Atikraman Virodhi Pathak, they lift our tapri because we didn't did anything. I think that previously, means before putting that, they would take the permission to give some bribes to them. I didn't allow that things. And when my tapris they lifted, immediately I have one another tapris. 2 tapris were already in a stock at all times. And whenever our one tapri getting lifted by these people, within 4 hours, I just tell my people, don't wait. Whatever they can take out your tapri, your weighing scale, chicken, and this thing get out of that and put outside. When they goes after lifting the tapri, you start your business. Within 4 hours, I used to take another tapri and install it there and continue the business. That dedication we should have. And like that, I have 22 shops, and I earn in 99, 2000, I used to earn 1.5 lakh rupees a month from that tapris. And I used to tell my wife, see, it is a business. And when I am getting 1,50,000 rupees a month, I think at that time, collector were also not having more than 80,000 rupees salary per month. So in a salary, you are running behind these jobs of UPSC and MPFC. Please come into production, come into poultry. You will hire people with 2 lakh rupees salary. Today we are having 4 veterinarians, and we are paying more than 1 lakh rupees salary per person. We have people, those who are not a graduate, we are paying him 50,000 because he is a dedicated person. I have one person who started his career in Hyderabad. He did his BA and he did his dyeing of this thing, cloth. And when I visited Hyderabad, that manager told me, no, here is a lot of senior people are there. He will not get that job. He will not get promotion. You take it, your operation is new. And when I put this person in my farm, by paying 3,000 rupees salary. Now he is getting 45,000 rupees because he has shown the dedication. He is consistent in a production. He involved in chicken. So don't worry about, I don't know whether you guys, after doing this post-graduation, and many are applications are coming to me, and many jobs, those who are offered for the ITI people, many postgraduate people from engineering are applying for that job of 15,000, 20,000 rupees. So be entrepreneur. There is a lot of power. You see the people from Gujarat coming in Maharashtra, people from Rajasthan coming from Rajasthan to Maharashtra. What we are doing? Most of the businesses running by the people, those who are uneducated and those who are not native. Yes, any other question? One person asked me about my turnover. Is it 250 crore last year? Last year it is 220 crore because of this lockdown and corona rumors. We lost around 35 crore. Otherwise, last year also we could. And we are the best taxpayer. I am the best taxpayer in Nasik. Since last 8 years, myself and my wife, we are in the first 5 taxpayers in Nasik region, not in a district. Nasik region means many more districts are also joined into it. So we are getting respect in the government agencies. In income tax commissioner also calls us with very respected person. He treats us as a very respected person. If you are doing things in a right way, you don't have to fear anybody. What is in your mind that business means you have to do a lot of compromises? No, we don't pay bribe to anybody. Whatever legal things we are complying. And another is the gender equality in my organization. What is the success behind my organization is, my wife is also part of my organization. She is a 50%. Our still is not a private limited company. It is a partnership firm. We are owner of this company and 50-50%. My wife is a 50%. I am 50%. It is 100% owned by the two people and we are the best taxpayer. And she looks after. She is not for the sake, she is a partner. She looks after HR, human resource. She looks after accounts, all the receipts, all the payment. I look after R&D and production. So these are the key areas. We have our 55 trucks. Her brother is also involved in our business. Since his childhood, he came to me, and now he is looking after many production things, this logistic. We are buying diesel per day, 2,000 liter diesel our organization needs, and we are getting, you see, cheaper by dozen. There is one say, cheaper by dozen. When you buy in a bulk, there is advantage. When you buy in a retail, small things, you don't negotiate. So in a diesel also, we are getting 70 paisa per liter from the pump owner discount, and from the Hindustan Petroleum or Bharat Petroleum, we are getting some 1 rupee 10 paisa. So almost 1 rupee 60 paisa, 1 rupee 70 paisa per liter of diesel, that discount we are getting. So we have to integrate the activities. Integrated operations are likely to succeed now also and future. So I am agriculture graduate looking for agri entrepreneurship. You cannot get, learn it in a college. You work with some entrepreneur, go to successful entrepreneur. Everybody want to share their success story. First generation entrepreneur, you go to them. Ask, sir, how you achieve, how you reach to that level, what pains you have taken, how I can I? See, if you are a good driver, you develop your driving skill. And many of these people like us know, our schedule is like, so we don't get good drivers. Sometimes no driver also getting somewhere and other we are utilizing them. So we drive ourselves, or sometimes no, our drivers are, I think. So if you are good in a driving, go to an entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, first generation entrepreneur, and ask him, sir, I want to become your driver. So you will learn many things, how you negotiate with banks, how he talks on a phone, how you respect his employees, how he talks bankers, how he is getting credit. So ask, sir, I want to learn business and I want to share some 6 months with you, sir. I want to start my business, and if you allow me, I will be the most happy that I will work anything. I will, मैं आपका सब सीखूंगा साहब. मैं आपके पास ये 6 महीना आपको जो है ना मैं आपके पास सीखूंगा, मैं आपका जो लगेगा वो काम फ्री में करूंगा. Show that dedication. I think you will be the most successful person because you are following the DNA of that successful person into you. You are injecting his passion. You are injecting his dedication into you. If you go with the people, those are roaming here and there and going for a movies and cooking something and enjoying the parties, definitely you are going into that level. But if you go and copy the person who is successful, you can be successful. If suppose whatever you are getting taught in a college, who is taught to you? The person who is the employee. He is taught to you. So he will always a person not to take risk. Please apologize me, my teacher. Many of my teachers are here on the forum. So please apologize me. But you guys did the service. You are in a service and you are teaching your student. So you are not a courageous people. Courageous person after getting knowledge, no, he just left the job and start their own. When you have experience and you are not quit the job, you are continuing in a services. So I think from you, your student will also copy not to take risk, and in a world those who took the risk are successful people. Any more questions?
Hello.
Yeah.
Irish sir, hello.
How you faces the bird flu situation? There is one question came into this. See, there is a flu. Person are getting infected with the flu and person are dying. Like bird flu also, bird is getting flu and bird is dying. So I was aware that before entering in this business, I know there is a risk. When you are traveling, please listen carefully. When we are traveling daily on our vehicle, we see many people met with an accident and lost their lives. Shall you stop traveling? You are not stop the traveling. And you have seen, yesterday there might be some another person, today might be some another person. Tomorrow, you don't think that I might be the one of the person who met with an accident. I may die because of accident. We never thought on that line. So why in a business, when you want to come, you have such a fear of getting failed, fear of failure. If you have fear of failure, you will never succeed. That is the attitude. Fearful attitude will not take you. If you have fearful attitude, you go and find one job and work for someone else and let him earn the money. The person who is not, I think, must learn the most degrees, work under him, definitely you will get better job and you will get salary from him.
Hello.
Any other question?
I think if there are no questions, shall I talk?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Is there any question, please?
Okay, I think there are no questions. So thank you very much, Gangudeji. Really, it was very nice to hear you. And I'm really happy that today also the response was nearly of 150 students who joined this very informative keynote address by our very eminent and national and international repute expert. Actually, he has visited many countries like USA, Sri Lanka, Thailand, some of the European country, and he's the first man, I think, in India having this pure line breeding center at
Yes,
his
sir.
place.
We are the only India's pure line breeding company.
Oh, so that's why I mentioned you are the first in India and third in the world. So it is really great, proud for all of us that
No, we are going to export our breeds also worldwide.
that's
And
very nice.
Indian breeding will take worldwide a good this thing.
And what you
Acceptance.
mentioned is very important from all the student point that they should not copy our teachers, but they should copy entrepreneurs like you. And that's why we have arranged this type of training to our students that they should not copy
Thank you very
to
much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
really
You
it
are
was very
accepting
nice,
very
and
sportive, very
some of
sportive spirit you are
the
accepting.
aspects like research in local resources, really we will look into this, all these things. And some of the things like whatever the students start, they should have their brand, and the three things: attitude, skill and knowledge. I'm sure the student will keep in mind. We can have also some MU regarding our some research aspects, and we are already running experiential learning programs in all our undergraduate studies. So with your reputed firm, we can have some MU, and so that we can develop more entrepreneurs from our university. So once again, on behalf of university and all our participants, I thank Sri Gangudeji for very nice, valuable suggestions and keynote address to our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh, I invite Dr. M. Shahire, sir, some comments.
Thank
on the
you.
lectures.
Thank you, Gangudeji. It is very inspirational. Always you motivated our students. So from last 1.5 hour, more than around 2 hours, you had guided our students. Definitely they will become the entrepreneurs and they will follow your path. It is very inspirational. So whatever difficulties you face and how you stand in the market. Basically, I am very proud that he is the agriculture graduate. And what agriculture graduate can do, the ideal example he set before us. Thank you very much for your guidance.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request to Dr. B.M. Bhalerao, sir, to conclude and propose vote of thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sevak. Sir, Gangode sir, thank you very much for deliver very nice lecture. So before that, on behalf of the organizing committee, we are very much thankful to you for accepting our invitation and deliver very nice lectures. In your lecture, sir, you cover all this topic: opportunities, weakness, and chicken is how is nutritional, because all biochemical view you clarify that just means the chicken is a proteinaceous and valuable various amino acids are present in that, so that will be helpful for our body. And you also mention in your lecture ki just demand supply decided the prices, and as per the demand and the supply decide price, and how to poultry industry is grown up. Then media how to create the havoc regarding the bird flu. Okay, then you clarify the misunderstanding. Chicken is very important, and how to start the business and how to reach the consumer. Then you clarify that the how to start the business, and for that purpose a positive attitude, then skill, knowledge and passion is very important, and be enthusiastic. So this is very important for the starting our business. And thank you very much for sharing your story how to start your business. Definitely sir, it will be helpful and motivational to our young student. And after completion of this lecture, definitely after 1 year or 2 years or after some month, definitely student will contact you, and they will be interested in this particular field, sir. And hope this will helpful for all people. So thank you. I very much thankful to our respected Dr. P.N. Rasar sir, Associate Dean, Postgraduate Institute, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith, Rahuri, for valuable support for conducting this training program. Then I very much thankful to Dr. M.C. Haide sir, Associate Dean, Punyashloka Ahilyadevi Holkar College, Halgaon. And also thankful to Dr. B.V. Dhakre sir, convener of this training program. And I also thankful to Dr. V.S. Patil sir. I also thankful to Dr. M.R. Patil sir and coordinators Dr. Dhenge and Dr. Shubhangi Gharge madam for kind support. With the permission of chairperson, shall we conclude this session, sir?
Yes, you can conclude it.
Yes, sir.
Now I request to Dr. Subhangi Ghadge madam for further announcement.
Tomorrow's our lecture series will start at 10:30 and topic is career opportunity in agriculture based enterprises and expert is Mrs. Swati Shingade, agri entrepreneur from Baramati, Pune. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.